Understanding 666, a teaching for discernment, not fear. Revelation 13:18 does not say, this calls for panic. It says, this calls for wisdom. That alone tells us something important. 666 is not meant to scare believers, but to train them to discern. In scripture, numbers are often symbolic, and 666 is one of the most misunderstood. The number 6 represents man, created on the 6th day, but still incomplete without God's rest on the 7th day. When 6 is repeated 3 times, it points to human effort raised to fullness, yet still falling short of divine perfection. This is why Scripture calls it the number of a man. Not a demon's number, not a random code, but humanity operating independently of God. Where 7 represents God's perfection, 666 represents man attempting perfection without God. Intelligence without submission, power without righteousness, religion without the Spirit. Prophetically, 666 reflects a counterfeit system, not merely an individual. It speaks of structures, political, economic, cultural, and even religious, that exalt human authority above God while still using spiritual language. This is why Revelation presents a false trinity. The dragon, power; the beast, system; the false prophet, deception. Together, they imitate God's order while opposing his truth. The mark mentioned in Revelation is first spiritual before it is ever physical. The forehead represents the mind, what one believes and agrees with. The hand represents action and labor, what one serves and depends on. Long before any visible mark, people are marked by what they obey to survive, what they compromise to belong, what they trust more than God. This is why fear-based teaching misses the point. The issue is not technology, numbers, or objects. The issue is allegiance. False teachers confuse believers by turning symbols into superstitions. But biblical prophecy is never about confusion. God is not the author of fear. The purpose of this warning is examination, not obsession. Pressure reveals who sits on the throne of our hearts. Believers do not overcome 666 by memorizing theories, but by remaining aligned with Christ. Where the system says conform, Christ says follow me. Where the world demands dependence, Christ remains our source. The answer to 66 is not calculation. It is relationship. Christ is not afraid of systems, and neither should his people be. Those who belong to him are sealed not by numbers, but by truth, obedience, and rest in God.